Hi everyone, my name is Corinne and you have found my channel CoryCreates. This is my channel where I share my creative projects in cross stitch, sewing, garment and bag sewing, just anything that I'm involved in. So welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Today is Sunday, September 10th, 2023, and this is Flosstube number 18. Yes, I'm coming to you today with some more of my cross stitch projects. I'm very excited about what I have to share with you today. So I have some finishes. I have two actually. I have a new start that I'm very excited about. I have a little bit of investments, not a lot, and just some updates on my Etsy shop, as well as Needlework Galleria plans that I have as well. So thank you. If this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you are inspired by something that you see today and you decide to click that subscribe button and join me from here on out. For those of you that have been here before, thank you friends for coming back, and I'm excited about the things that I have to share with you and my fall and winter plans that are upcoming. It's still warm here. Thank goodness. You all, I am a summer girl. I enjoy the summer. So when fall starts to creep in, I get a little melancholy. I don't like fall. I mean, fall is okay, but it's a lot. It's a lot of, you know, should I wear this today? Is it going to warm up later? Do I need a jacket? Do I need a coat? Summertime, you know what to wear. All June, July, and August, shorts and a t-shirt and you're fine. Fall is not like that. So I'm trying to get my mind together. The nights are getting cooler. I'm going to have to bring my houseplants in from the deck soon. So I'm just kind of getting my mind together. School is in full swing. We've been almost back in a couple of, I guess we've been back about 3 weeks now. Everything's going well. Layla's deep into her senior year already, doing all the things, playing volleyball. She's still working a little bit, but it's busy over here, you all. It is so busy. So I'm just trying to stay prayed up, trying to make sure I manage everything as it comes. But yeah, the word of the day for the rest of the year over here is busy. We're just busy. New endeavors. It's just busy. So what do I have for you today? In addition to my whips and those things I previously mentioned, I have a few shout outs, and I also have just some plans, just some short plans that I plan to share at the end. So let's jump right in, and I'm going to start with my finishes. So for my first finish, this is, and I'm not going to show you what it is because it's done, but this is Mouse's Christmas Decorating by Tiny Modernist. And here it is finished. I probably already put up where I was the last time you saw this, but this was a July 21st start and I finished it on August 18th. I love it. I did everything and called for either DMC or the overdyes. The only one I changed was the red. I believe it was supposed to be Turkish red and I didn't have that, but I had Lancaster red, and actually I like it a lot. I love the movement in her dress, the variegation. I loved everything about it. This was a pretty easy stitch, pretty quick stitch. It went by fast and I just really enjoyed it. So again, that is Tiny Modernist. And there's a lot of Tiny Modernists I need to still get. But this is Mouse's Christmas Decorating. And I really enjoyed stitching on it. I believe this is a Ivory Lugana 32 count that I'm stitching on. Okay. And my next one, my next finish, it's kind of more of a partial finish, but the chart for the most part is finished. And this is the Department Store by Cottage Needleworks. It is a part of their Big City Christmas series, and I am doing the whole series. I'm doing it all on one piece. I'll put in here where I was the last time, but I'm doing it all on one piece of 32 count lamb's wool Lugana. I think I got this from CNC in Kansas City, Missouri, the last time I was there. But I enjoyed this one as well. The reason I say it is a partial finish is because I have a couple of changes that I'm going to make. But here it is, all done. In here, it's supposed to say department store. And I was looking at Pfeiffer's Instagram, and you know how she does all the finishing and for her business, and she also puts up the finishing that she does for people. And somebody had done this, and they had changed this inside. Instead of it saying department store, they had it say Macy's. I was like, that is so genius, and it will probably be easy to chart. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change it to say Macy's in red on the inside instead of just plain old department store in gray. And as you can see, I also changed Santa's skin tone. I'm pretty pleased with that one. I'm doing a lot of playing around with skin tones, as you will see in some upcoming projects. But that one turned out pretty good. My dad was a mall Santa off and on when I was probably in my late teens, early 20s by the time he was doing the mall Santa. But he did it for years, had his own Santa suit. So all my Santas I'm changing to black Santas. But again, that is Country Cottage Needleworks Big City Christmas. I am going to start on the theater, which is next in the series. They all link together. So I'm going to immediately start on the theater. I'll probably wait till the end of this month because I got some other things I want to get going on. But I will start that very soon so I can keep going and put them all together in a row. Up next is my new start for the month of August. And I'm also going to go into my whips. So I'm so excited about this one, you all. This is an oldie but goodie. And when I say oldie, meaning many of you all have already done it. This is HAED Rules by Primrose Cottage. This is my first Primrose Cottage chart that I've ever done. I did buy it on Etsy a few months ago. And here's what it looks like. I know you all have probably seen it, but I'll show it again. This is what it looks like. HAED Rules. And I do plan to do the bonus chart. I did a complete color conversion. I think the only color that is called for that I am using is B5200 DMC. Everything else I changed to an overdye. Okay, I did a combination of Color and Cotton and Classic Colorworks. And yep, that's it. Color and Cotton and Classic Colorworks. I saw this one. This is Reggae. And this is the color that I really wanted to focus on. So this is the lighter of the three greens. And then there's a couple of charcoal grays and then a lot of gold for the honey. But Jingle Bells, I thought that was really rich looking. Honeycomb, but my favorite is Honey Amber. I knew I had to use that one in there somewhere because it's perfect. So if you're interested in my color conversion, I'd be happy to put it down below. But what I did, I just pulled the original DMCs, and the chart is on top, so I'll just show you. I pulled the original DMCs while I was actually physically at Color and Cotton, which I told you guys is not far from me at all. And I actually pulled the DMCs, and then I kind of walked down her Color and Cotton flosses and compared them to what was close. The three greens, I wanted to go a different shade of green, so I went more with the aquas. And so I just went to her section that had a lot of those, found what was comparable, and then there was one I could not find one that was comparable for it, so I then went over to Color and Cotton and picked from there. So having Color and Cotton right down the street is a good thing and a bad thing. I don't think I've been there so far this month, but I really enjoy having it close by. I have a lot of patterns I want to convert into different things, and it just makes it easy to have some place that has all the floss. So here is my start. I am about a third of the way through. This pattern has 6,000, I'm looking at my notes, is 6,000, where is it? 6,064 stitches, and I have done 2,026, which is approximately 33.41%. So about exactly 1/3 of the way through. I'm enjoying it immensely. I have been bouncing probably for the last few weeks, primarily between this chart and my vintage baker. So here it is. This is being done on a 32 count Lugana. Let me get it all in there. 32 count Lugana in the color lightly salted, not roasted. This was my July Be Stitch Me fabric of the month. I'm in the neutral and the color club. It alternates month to month. So July was a neutral month. And this came, and as soon as I saw it, I said, yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do. But I don't know if you can see it, lots of variegation in this color. This is Sassy Brass, I believe. And I'm already going to need another skein of that because I think I'm almost through it. And my plan is to not only do the companion pieces in this same color family, but I also want to do Honey of a Tiny Town by, I forget the designer. I'll put it down below. But I plan to do it and convert it to these same colors, and I have a lot of this fabric that's going to be left on the other side. This is only going to take about half of it, so I'm going to use the other half for Honey of a Tiny Town. But I love it. This is that reggae color. It's on a lot of the bees' wings. This is the Sassy Brass. That's the majority, and I believe this one might be the Honey Amber. But I just like the variegation. I like the movement of the colors, and I'm very pleased with it so far. So that is Hive Rules by Primrose Cottage, and I plan to keep going on this. I started it on August 17th, so I'm very pleased with the progress on it. Oh, and this needle minder, that came from Color and Cotton as well. She had a bunch of them on the wall, so I grabbed a couple and thought it would go well with this, and I'm keeping it in my Bougie Bee bag, which I love. And I love that charm that's on there too. It's a bee charm. I have another bag that I made similar to this, but on the back of it, it's got sunflowers, and on the front, it's a vinyl front. So I love this fabric. I think I finally have used it all. But that is Hive Rules that I am so excited to finally be working on. Okay, so up next I have probably the third one that I've primarily worked on over the last few weeks. It is the Prairie Schooler 2004 Santa, and he's being done on a scrap piece of vintage country mocha that I also got from CNC. I believe it's a 20 count, and here it is. I'll put in where it was, but here it is now. I'm moving a little slower on this than I anticipated I would. This coat is giving me the blues. It's a lot of fill-in, okay? And I did do a conversion on this as well. For the face, I used, I believe it's 433 DMC for the darker face and hands. I converted the red to Valor Red by Color and Cotton, and then the green, which is on the coat and it'll be on his hat, is Smoky Mountains by Color and Cotton. So there he is, looking handsome. The empty space in his face, that is supposed to be the rosy cheeks. I don't know if you can see it up the top near his beard, but that is supposed to be his rosy cheeks. So I have to figure out what color I want to use there for them to appear rosy on the darker skin. I may just make all of it the darker skin. I don't think I can go wrong whichever way I decide to do it. But that is Prairie Schooler. I started him on July 4th, and he has become my work stitch. I have been working on him primarily at work, so I just have his sign, the rest of his coat at the bottom, and his shoes that I need to get done. but he's taking a little longer than I anticipated. But I like the progress, and I like the final result. So I'm looking forward to getting him finished up, hopefully by the end of this month. But again, that is Prairie Schooler Santa 2004. Now I'm getting ready to start looking for 05, 06, 012, or 12, and there's a couple others. But there's a handful of them that I want to do now. So that is Prairie Schooler Santa. The next one I have for you, and I'm not even going to take it out of the hoop, is the Bookstore Hometown Holiday by Little House Needleworks. I'll show you where it was the last time I was here. This was also a July start for me, July 2nd to be exact. And here's where we are now. I'm just going to keep it in my nudge so you can see, but I kind of did the sign on the side. I'm starting on this second window, and I am using the called for colors, some over dyed, some DMC, and this is a 32 count. I believe it's taupe Lugana, and I'm doing them all on one piece just to get them together, but then I'm going to cut them apart and put them hopefully on blocks so I can sit them around our home during the holidays. But this is the Bookstore, again by Little House Needleworks. I'm just kind of dibbling and dabbling on this one, just kind of working my way through it. No rush, but I'm enjoying it. And he's being held in this bag, one of my favorite bags. Again, called for colors on that one. The next project that I'm working on is Cricut Collection Sugar Cookies. It's coming along nicely, but here is the chart. Cricut Collection. This is my first Cricut collection, and this was one of my New Year's Eve 12 by 12 starts. And I have a few of those projects I really need to get back to, because New Year's Eve will be here again before you know it. And I would have liked to make some progress on the things that I started on that night. But this was one of my starts from New Year's Eve. So this is where I was. And I told you my goal for August was to complete the C. And that is what I did. I completed the C. The C itself didn't take up a lot, but that heart, those hearts at the bottom of it, took up a lot. And I want to send a thank you to the lady in my comments. She told me the name of this fabric, and once she mentioned it, I said, yep, that's it. And I'll put the name of it down below. But I think it's Frozen Fractals was what she said it was. And then when she said that, I said, yep, that's what it looks like on the tag. So thank you for providing me with that number, with that color, because I really would like to get some more of this. I don't know what I'm going to put on it, but I really would like some more on it. And I have quite a bit left down here, but it's moving along. I only have 3 letters left. I'm going to just shoot for 1 letter a month till the end of the year, and hopefully this will be a finish by this New Year's Eve. So I'm really enjoying cookies, sugar cookies, and I'm keeping that one in this Christmas bag. My last whip is, of course, my biggie. So let me put this on my board. And actually, I'm going to have to back up so you all can get it all in on the screen and see everything. But this is Vintage Baker. I will put up where I was last time. This is what it looks like when it's finished. And I am a little over halfway on the top. At the beginning of the year, I was here. Now I'm over here. So let me show you. I'll back up a little bit so you can see it all. There it is. But this is Vintage Baker. This is being done on a 25 count Ugana. I believe it is either, I think it's antique white or just white, I don't remember. But I'm very pleased with the progress so far. Lots of blocks of color here, so that has made me be able to go a little bit faster. Let me give you the stats on this. This is at 14.45%. I did 3,006 stitches in August, and I have done 400 so far, which brings me to a grand total of 43,971 stitches out of 301,600. So she's coming along, plugging away. I grid as I go. Okay, because as you can see, this last time I took it out of the Q-snap. I always take it out of the Q-snap. I only do it once a month. I know, I'm not supposed to leave it in the Q-snap, but I do on this one. It's a lot of wrangling has to go on to get it back in the Q-snap. So I only take it out once a month, and that's when I'm going to take my monthly picture. I usually post a monthly picture on Instagram with my stats for the month. So when I take it out, I add more gridding across. That way I don't have to worry about gridding. So once a month I grid a little bit. I just take about 30 minutes and grid over a few more rows, and then I'm ready to go because it's pretty slow going. 3,000 stitches in this part is probably maybe 2 rows. I'm sorry, 2 or 3 rows, because each row has about 10 squares in it. So that's 1,000 stitches. So it's slow progress, but I'm really enjoying it. Still love it. Work on it every day. I'm doing a challenge right now with the HAED, one of the HAED boards, Heaven and Earth Design boards. And my challenge is to stitch 100 stitches, 15 minutes a day. I'm sorry, not 100 stitches, 15 minutes a day. And that's how I've been able to challenge myself to keep going over this time where I'm back at work. Okay, y'all, work is cramping my style. It really is. It does all the time. But I'm still enjoying it and still making it happen and making it work. So that is Vintage Baker, and those are my whips. Before I jump into my investments and my Stitchy Kindness and announce the giveaway winners, I just wanted to thank you all so much for your support on my Etsy shop. I've slowed down a tiny bit because of school, but I did want to let you know I'll have a lot of new bags, fall and Christmas especially, coming up this week. I did manage to sneak in a little sewing time last weekend, but I'm going to sneak in some more today and get those up. I just can't thank you all enough for your patronage, your kind comments and feedback on my Etsy shop. I'm not a huge fan of the way Etsy works, and I know a lot of people that aren't. But I can't thank you enough for just going over there, checking out what I have in my bags and getting them. I do want to let you know a lot of what I do could be one-time shots because I do a lot of my bags out of my stash. But I just, again, I can't thank you enough. So if you see something, grab it because it might not be there. I had one that I recently did. It was a music themed bag, and that was just a small piece of fabric I had left, and I think somebody snatched it up within a couple of hours after I posted it because it was different than some of my other bags. I try to do unique bags out there, so check me out, and I so appreciate you doing that. So let's talk about my investments. I have a few. I'll just run through them really quick. The first thing is I wanted to show these because this might be something the rest of you might be interested in. These are wooden round ornaments, and these will be great for finishing. You can definitely change out the red ribbon that's in there, but they're pretty thick and very sturdy. The dimensions on this is 377 by 4.29 inches. and that's about 9.5 by about 10.5 centimeters. But there are 6 of them in a package, and they are a whopping $2.49, people. So right now, I think I saw that all their Christmas stuff was 50% off. So grab these. Okay, like I said, there's 6 in a pack, Hobby Lobby. So I just thought that would be something you all would be interested in. Let's talk about my fabrics of the month. I get 28 count Lugana from not Stitch Me. This is Atomic Ranch, but it comes from Stitch New England. Pampas Reed was my August one. Hopefully you all can see that. Let me get a board. Pampas Reed. So a nice neutral. And I'll put that up there so you can see. But I really like it. Very subtle. Not a lot of variegation on it. But it's more of a solid neutral. That's a 28 count. And my Stitch Me came right after. And I really like this. And I think I already have a plan for it. This is Luna Moth. And I get the 32 count Lugana from Stitch Me. Isn't that beautiful? Kind of a blue-green. The back looks a little different than the front. But variegation is good. I love it. I think a soda stitch is going to go on that. But again, that's the 32 count. And this is the Color Club. I will get a neutral next month. And I just got a notification in my email that I got into the Under the Sea Fabrics Club. So I am super excited about that. I don't remember what I signed up for because it was quite a while ago that I signed up to be on the waiting list. So I will probably continue the Atomic Ranch for the rest of the year, and then I will get out of that one. The Under the Sea one is a little more expensive than these, but I'm just excited that I got into it because I know I think I've been on the waiting list for a little while. So I will probably have some fabric to show you next month for Under the Sea. I went to Amazon and I got, this is one of those jewelry boxes that I plan to bling out. But this is the Landici one. This is the pink color, I believe. But this is the one I got. So I know for sure I'm going to take all these out and decorate it. And the fabric I have chosen, this is a fabric I've had in my stash for literally years, you all. And I have like 2 or 3 yards of it. The name of it is, I believe, Paris Flea Market, but it's old. It's a Moda. And that is what I'm going to line it with. I think that'll look nice in there. And depending on how I do with this one, I plan to get another one and line it with African fabrics, because you all know I love African print fabrics. So I think that'll go nicely in there. Nice and feminine. Y'all know I like flowers and feminine. So I'm going to do that. And so hopefully I will have something to show you in the coming days with that. And I wanted to show you all these cute scissors. I finally tried out Temu. I had never tried them before, but I got these cute little embroidery scissors. They are pretty sharp. I think they were like maybe $3.99, $2.99, something like that. So I just thought those were really cute, and they had quite a few different styles. And I also got some pink bobbins and some needle threaders that I wanted to get to put in my project bag order as like my little giveaway for those. So you'll start to see those be included with my orders when you order a project bag. And finally, this is from Etsy. I unfortunately cannot remember who first mentioned this chart. I watch a lot of Flosstube while I'm working out at the gym. So I don't have any paper with me, and you know, I just don't think to write it down while I'm in there. I could probably just put a note on my phone, but I never do. I don't know why. I just don't. So I do not know who mentioned this chart. I want to say it was the ladies over at Unfinished Stitches, but I could be totally wrong about that. I just know I watch them a lot when I'm working out. So this is Solomon's Temple. It is a sampler, and it says Solomon's Temple Sampler 1849. Victoria Harley is the designer. I do not remember if that is the name of the Etsy shop, but I'll put that on the screen if that's not who you get it through. Very inexpensive chart, but y'all know how I feel about a building, a house. I love that. And I'm not big into samplers. I'm not big into reproduction samplers, but I could not let this one pass me by. It's beautiful. And actually, if you do a search for Solomon's Temple on Etsy, you will get a couple of different charts that come up. I favorited the other one because I'm kind of like the other one too. The other one has a Bible verse on the front. And this one on the website I was on, they showed different background fabrics. They had some mock-ups of different background fabrics that you could use for this chart. And I'm going to have a hard decision to make. But again, this is Solomon's Temple 1849. And I also want to say, I think there's somebody else that's selling this chart, but they are not giving credit to this person. So just beware, okay? I'm not sure about that, but I just saw there were 2 shops that had it, but this is the only one that seemed to come from the designer. So just be careful. Y'all know how Etsy is. So I'm looking forward to getting the fabric for that. It's very, very intense, but y'all know I like intense. So I'm looking forward to getting started on that one. Okay. The last thing I want to share with you is some Stitchy Kindness that I got from Minnie All X's. She is a Flosstuber. She's a longtime Flosstuber, and she has magnificent projects. And I think I mentioned her in my last video. Well, she was so kind to send me a gift. And it is a Frogger. And unfortunately, you all, I have needed it. Okay, when I started Hive Rules, you all, I made so many mistakes in that first row. I almost had to frog the whole first row after I was almost done. And I was like, what is wrong with me? But I think it's because I'm used to using gridded fabric with Vintage Baker. And so when I don't grid, I think it throws me off and I get a little too cocky and think I can just kind of sort of count. And it always bites me. Plus, I've been stitching lately. I'm much more sleepy because I stitch right before I go to bed every night. And I think that has been affecting me too. So I've been kind of trying to make sure. But she sent me this beautiful Frogger, you all. It has a frog charm on the end. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. But it's got a big tapestry needle on the end, so you can use it to slip it under your stitches and pull them out easier when you make mistakes. But it's got these beads, and I just appreciate you, Miss Minnie. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, it's gotten some use, but thank you so much. And I leave it right there on my nightstand, so if I need it, I can get to it. Let's go ahead and jump into the giveaway winners. I am very excited about my giveaway winners. Some of the names were familiar, so if I call your name or your YouTube name, please email me at CoryCreates08, all one word, at gmail.com. CoryCreates08 at gmail.com. Let me know you are the winner and send me your address and I will get these out to you ASAP. I am not going to comment on a comment to let you know you win. So hopefully you watched this far so you can see if you are the winner. So let's start with number 1. Number 1, let me see, was the Santa Dimensions kit, and the winner of that is Stitching by the River. So congratulations, Stitching by the River. Send me your name and your address and I will get this out to you next time I'm headed to the post office. Okay. Number 2 was Delicate Beauties by Paula Vaughn, which I am working on somewhat. But this was a duplicate chart and I already have one. So the winner of this is my friend Paige's 3 Stitches. Congratulations. Contact me, email, and let me know what your address is, and I will get that in the mail to you ASAP. So that was number 2. Number 3 was the project bag, the floral project bag that was upside down, and y'all didn't seem to mind, so I appreciate that. And the winner of that is SGB Lucas. SGB Lucas, that was your YouTube name. So send me your government name and your address, and I will get that into the mail ASAP. And then last but not least were these lilac Fiskars fold-up scissors that are TSA compliant. And the winner of those is Deborah Watkins. Deborah Watkins. Deborah is a retired teacher, so thank you for those good vibes that you sent my way for the start of my school year. I truly appreciate it. So those were our 4 winners. Please contact me, and I'm always at the post office mailing out bags, so please contact me so I can get you sent out within this next week or so. So those are our giveaways. Let me just talk to you a little bit about plans. I have a few. I have a couple of new starts that I want to do, and I've shown them in the past, but I did not bring them out there with me. But one was The Witch Next Door by Primrose Cottage. I do want to get started on that. It's completely kitted up and ready to go. And the other is the Cottage of the Month for October by Country Cottage Needleworks. Another one, completely kitted up, ready to go. So those are my 2 things that I'm anticipating starting in September. I want to continue with Rosina Dissery since it's Sampler September. I do want to at least touch her this month. And then I want to bring back into the rotation, so to speak, is my Sweater Weather. Excuse the zipper. I forgot to open it up. Sweater Weather by October House. Okay, I'll start back on that and show you my progress. And then also Annie's Market, which was a Just Cross Stitch magazine piece that I started last fall. So I'm ready to pick that one back up and make some significant progress on that. My daughter is in her last season of volleyball, so I wanted to do this for her. So I need to get going for that. I think they usually have like a banquet in November or something. So I'm hoping I can get it done by then. If not, it'll be a graduation gift. I haven't decided. She's not sure if she's going to play in college. She would like to. So we will see how that pans out. But I did want to do this for her because she's a hitter. So I wanted to make sure I at least did this for her. Actually, if I don't get this done for the end of the season, I will probably make it a Christmas gift. I think I'll do that instead. And then the last thing I want to do is I definitely want to kit up some more things, and I'm ready to do a Mirabelia. I already showed you all this one that Needleberry Stitcher Catherine gifted to me. My plan is to do this one first because it has no beads, first of all. And I want to do a color conversion. I want to convert her dress to pink where the yellow is and green where the blue is, and I want to do a skin tone conversion on her. So I'm trying out different threads for the skin tones to see which one I like. I would like something comparable to me. And then of course I need to pick a fabric. And then I think I'm also going to have to change these flowers because they're blue. And I don't know if that's going to go. So maybe I'll make them like a deep pink or something like that to complement the dress. But I'm still playing around with that. And then I have Sabrina that I just need to start kitting up with fabric and the beads. I'm definitely going to do this one on a 28 count because I've heard different things, especially if it's a dyed fabric, of what I should do with that. And then this one, I think I'm going to do on a 32 count since it has no beads. And she's probably going to be big, so I wanted to make it as smallest possible. And 32 is about my limit. I haven't tried anything else smaller, but I know me. So that's kind of what I'm planning to do. I had a couple of shout outs in addition to Many All X's that I wanted to mention. Harbor Stitches. She has a wonderful channel. She just has a handful of videos, but I just wanted to shout her out. She's done a fabulous job with her videos so far. We have a lot of similar tastes, so I just wanted to encourage you all to go over there and check her out. And the last person I wanted to shout out, who just put up her second video, and I just loved her designs that she is working on and producing, and that is Mandy over at Clark Stitch. She did her first video back in the winter time, I believe, but she's finally got a second video up. You all, she's a young mom and a doctor, so I understand. But when she does come with a video, she comes with a video. And she just had some wonderful designs. The Ida B. Wells house she showed. She's got plans for another historic house in Texas. So she just inspired me because you all, I want to design. I have my sketchbook that I have started doing things in. I just don't know where to start. So she was really inspiring to me with her designs that she's working on, because I too had some historical places, particularly here in St. Louis, that I wanted to design and put out there. So congrats, Mandy, on your designs. I look forward to seeing them next year when she makes them. She says she's planning or hoping to make them public next year. So I already know as soon as they come out, I'm getting them. So go ahead and check out Clark Stitch. It's Clark with an E, Stitch, all one word. And I believe it's named after her daughter. So congrats, and I really looking forward to doing those designs that you are producing. The other thing I wanted to let you all know is Needlework Galleria is coming back to the St. Louis area. It is September 21st through the 23rd, whatever that Thursday through Saturday is. I am planning to be there, so if you are going to be in the place, please say hi. I am a true introvert, so I want y'all to come up to me. Get me out of my shell. But I would love to meet you. So if you're going to be in the area, let me know. I know for sure I will be there Friday. I will probably be there from the time it opens until about 2:30, because I do need to head on back across the bridge and pick up my son from school. So I know for sure I'll be there 10 to 2:30. I believe it opens at 10 on Friday. I took the day off like I did last year. And then I'm not sure what my second day, I purchased a 2-day ticket. So my daughter has a volleyball game on Thursday, and with her being this is her last season, I'm trying to go to as many as I can. So I already told her, I need you to beat these people fast on Thursday, the 21st, because I would really like to go early, do the early bird day on Thursday. But it's only from like 6:30 to 9, and her games always start at 5:45. So I told her, I need you to beat these people fast so I can go. And she kind of laughed. So she said, okay, we should be able, hopefully we'll beat them fast. So if I'm there Thursday, then that means she beat them fast. But my plan is definitely to be there Friday. And if I don't go Thursday, then of course I have to go on Saturday. But I'm looking forward to it. I have a long list. You all, this is my list of charts that I want to get. This list is just disrespectful. Okay, and I know I'm never going to get everything on this list. You all, that Heaven and Earth design is going to take me 10 years to finish. So I'm gonna rein it in, but I just like to have choices. So these are my choices. It says cross stitch patterns to purchase. So no, I'm not gonna get all these, but these are just these are my choices. So I take that with me. I also have a list of charts that I want to get fabric for that I will have, and I also carry a list of overdyes that I already have. I have a master set of DMC, so I usually don't worry about that, but I do have a master list of overdyes. So those 3 things, I have one of those book rings, and I have all 3 of them in here. And I carry them whenever I go to Coloring Cotton or to Needlework Galleria. So if you see me, please come say hi. I would love to meet you and talk to you. I hope all hearts and minds are clear. I can't think of anything that I forgot, but thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the subscribers. I've obtained quite a few since my last video. Thank you for those of you that have watched my project bag video. I'm so glad to hear that it is informative and helpful. I've got a couple more tutorials coming. It's just, like I said, the word of the rest of the year is busy. So I'm gonna get it into you. I rushed home from church today and was like, I gotta make a video, because I had planned to do it last weekend. It didn't happen. I had a catering event yesterday, and to reward myself, I said I'm gonna sit down with my people and make a video. So here I am. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I can't wait to see some of you that are going to be in town. And my next video will be soon after Needlework Galleria. I think I'm off that Monday also. So you will hear from me again sometime in September. But I hope everybody is enjoying the last remnants of summer. Fall is fast approaching. And I wish peace and good vibes and blessings to everybody. I will see you next time. And as always, be blessed.